Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and I was going to upload a video here to try out the new unit that was in this new patch here. It is the Cadian Sergeant. He costs 80 points. He has 145 health, 1 action point, 4 movement, 3 armor, 10 evasion. Now it says that this is an HQ unit, so I don't know if that means he can really be your HQ leader. If that's the case, it may not be unreasonable just spend 80 points for one of them, just keep them in the back, because the abilities for the Astra Militarum have a very generous area of effect for the strafing runs, and then the Death Streak missile, you can use that anywhere on the map. So you can just keep this guy hiding in the back for 80 points and then potentially use that Death Streak missile on somebody. Before I continue on though, if you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. I'm a little surprised that this is limited or marked as an HQ commander though, because by definition for these other HQ, this will be the only HQ unit that won't have 2 action points, so I'm really not sure why he's not considered elite. Because what my fear is, and I gotta try this out, I haven't used a Sergeant yet. I have killed many of them in the Planetary Supremacy campaign. I also think it's kind of funny that he's got a pistol in his holster there, but he's also got one in his hand, so I don't know if that's like a little bit of an oversight here or what the deal is. I just noticed that as I'm looking at the video here. But you don't get to select any weapons here. I almost wish that they had the option to get the plasma pistol like you do with your other units here, but they just have the las pistol, which has 10 shots, doing 2 to 3 damage, armor piercing of 1 with a range of 1 to 4, optimal range of 1. I'm not sure why you would use that unless you had like a low tier swarm unit that was right in front of you that you thought you could get multiple kills with. Because for the most part I think you're going to want to use these as melee combatants. But you'll have a 90% base accuracy, it falls off 10 per tile. Now they also have a chainsword, and they actually do pretty decent damage for an 80 point unit. So it's going to have 2 attacks. It has a base damage of 33 to 45. It has 1 splash damage doing 23 to 31, and it has 5 armor piercing with a melee accuracy of 90%. So you may actually just be able to swarm the opponent with these guys here, kind of like what the AI was trying to do to me, except instead of just shooting them with that weak-ass las gun, just run in there and start carving through the enemy forces with your chainsword. Now, they do have the battle line doctrine here. They're also considered officers, so therefore they have the embedded officer traits. So, you know, if you have a bunch of guardsmen around them here, any unit that has the infantry trait, so that'll be the Cadian shock troops, the heavy weapon squad, the Kasserkin, the Ogren squads, all those units will add 10 evasion per squad that's next to this guy up to 4 times. So that gets this guy up to 50 evasion, which is actually really good. And if you could get these guys up to 50 evasion and then start attacking in melee, that should actually make these guys pretty hard to kill. With both range and melee attacks at a 50% evasion. Now they do have a weak battle line doctrine. What it does is it gives you +5 evasion and 1 awareness cone, and that's like your line of sight, so they can see effectively 1 box further than you could normally. Now he does have 2 abilities. One is take aim, and now this only affects infantry. That's the important thing. It does not affect vehicles, but if you use take aim, it affects all infantry units within 1 tile, and it gives them an offensive bonus, which is plus 10% ranged accuracy, and it expires in 1 turn and has a 1 turn cooldown, so you can effectively spam these. So if your heavy weapon squad aren't quite set up enough, you know, spam your take aim and raise their aim, you know, 10 more, and then if you end up having the Castellan, you know, her battle line doctrine already gives you a 10 accuracy, so now all of a sudden if you have her nearby an artillery piece and you have, oh, I take that back because it only works on infantry. I was going to say, and you use this on a basilisk, it'll go up by 20, but that's not actually how that works. It's only infantry, but that could definitely help you get better shots, because if you use that take aim with these Kasserkin, effectively you should have 100% base accuracy at range, and then up to 90 with his bonus, and then 100% if you have the Castellan. So that may be a big change for these guys here. And then obviously it'll also help the ranged attacks with your Cadian shock troops as well. Again, with a base of 80 between these two guys next to them, you should be able to get that to 100%. So if you're attacking low tier infantry, this will work fairly well. Or if you were to stack it up with bring it down, then they can actually do a surprising amount of damage with all these guys as well while they're all focus firing down. The other ability that it has is take cover, and this will effectively raise the ranged armor of any infantry that are nearby. So if you need your guys to try to tank some shots, assuming there's no flamers nearby, because even with going up to armor 3, they still will not be able to survive flame attacks, but if there's bolt weapons or something else that are getting near you, certainly increasing their armor by 1 can help as well. Even more so if these guys are within their own battle line, because what could be nice is you're usually not able to make a connection with, say, the heavy weapon squad, because the rest of your guys are so far away, because these guys have so much range. It'll be nice to now have these guys next to him to be able to give them the battle line doctrine, because alternatively you'd have to keep like your Commissar back there, and you may still want to if you're going to sit there and shoot the guardsmen in the head to try to get these guys more momentum to be able to get them to surge and empower their abilities. But assuming you're not going to do that because you want to stay with a tank formation, then having a simple guardsman here or sergeant for 80 points is not bad to get you into the battle line doctrine to increase their evasion, which should give you a theoretical slight advantage to your survival, and then also increasing their line of sight to help them get shots at their extended range. And then, give them a little bit of armor, and then they'll also get bonus momentum because they'll be in the battle line, because just being in the battle line itself gives you momentum, so that should help get these guys going here. So I'm going to play around and make sure that these stats buff, because I think they should. So I'm going to bring out a Castellan here. I'm going to bring out 2 Commissars, the thought being that I can use the summary, the execute ability here, and then also show them steel to get our range damage up. I'm going to just bring a whole army of sergeants here with us to see. Now what I don't know is, will the sergeants buff themselves, or is it only other infantry units? So I'm going to play around with that. And then I thought I would also test some of these Casterkin here as well, since they've been reworked a little bit with the sergeant support, to see how that plays out. And then we'll bring a Rogaldorn with our oppressor cannon, the pulverizer, the heavy bolter, and then the heavy stubber. And then we'll bring a Lehman Russ. Now with this last update, they did add a 4th variant here, and effectively it just gives you access to the Lehman Russ battle cannon, and that's the same weapon that the tank commander has. Now I'm not a huge fan of it. It is somewhat useful at taking out medium tier infantry, but I think I'd rather have the Punisher Gatling cannon myself. So we'll play around with that a little bit. I was just debating about whether I'd do the tank commander instead, but I kind of would like to see how the tank commander works now that I say that. Alright, let's get rid of that guy. Let's bring a tank commander, because I want to see how much this is going to make a difference. Let's see, and then if I drop you and then give you here, that should get us back up to 2,000 points, because I like to have these regular guardsmen so I can execute them with the commissars here. So we'll kind of play around here and see what I can do. I do want to, like I said, see how this minus 10 accuracy feels. Now with this build, it should be nullified by having the Castellan here, but we'll see how it goes. And then per the usual here, we'll just kind of have our guys... Whoops. Oh, that's Tau Tester. I'm like, that is not the army I just selected. There we go. And then maybe we'll just play against the Blood Angels, because they tend to be pretty aggressive, so we'll see how this feels. It's also one of the harder matchups. Alright, and yep, I can. You can make any of these guys HQ units. That is really interesting. Well, maybe I do just keep one in the way back then. And then I can have the other guys all fighting. Question is which one? Alright, the one way back there will be our test sample here for the HQ. Oh, I have a strategic command objective going. That's not what I wanted. Because that's going to make the AI want to go different locations now. Shit.
As long as I draw breath, Cadian stands.
Awaiting your orders.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Where do you need us, sir? With precision.
Discipline, experience, action. I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Alright, well. Okay, so I have these guys nearby. Oh, I used up your action points. So it should definitely work there. Alright, you've got one. So let's do ranged accuracy.
Make every shot count.
Yep, it looks like it applied it to you. Yep, it did. Alright, cool.
Waiting for orders.
So it does work on Sergeant, so I assume the other one would as well.
New target just showed up. Escapes my scrutiny. Eyes up! Hostiles nearby!
Well, I guess we're gonna move this guy over this way. Because I can't have him just get all the points on me.
Advance. Wherever you need it.
Though I don't really want to be playing a strategic command matchup right now.
As long as I draw breath, Cadian stands.
Moving to the battle line. Waiting for orders, sir.
Lining up, sir. Where do you need us, sir?
Alright. Now, will this also work on other HQ? I assume it would.
Take cover!
No, it doesn't. Okay, so they do not get the...
Waiting for orders, sir.
Alright, what about the accuracy?
Make every shot count.
No. Okay. So, did you get anything? No. Okay. So this is helpful to know. So these bonuses do not work on your standard infantry. Or not, they work on your standard infantry, but they do not work on anyone that's an HQ other than a fellow sergeant. Fellow sergeants will get the buff, but say the Castellan or the Commissars do not.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Interesting.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Fire! On my mark.
Oh, deep striking Terminators.
They give themselves away too easily.
Well, there goes one of my sergeants.
Nothing escapes my scrutiny.
As long as I draw breath,
All right,
Cadian
well.
stands.
I guess let's bring down the Terminators.
Hit down.
And you will pound this guy to dust.
I need you firing now.
That's 84.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Well, I suppose... Oh, that's to bring it down a little skulls around there. I was wondering what that effect was that I was looking at. Well, let's move you over here. We'll have you shoot into the Predator. Optimals 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's move you up one more. Have you heavy bolter. Those hell blasters down. Turn you there. Now, what I want to know... Oh, wait, no, this guy wouldn't have gotten the momentum, so it's not the end of the world. Is will these sergeants...
Stand in their way if I have to. Quickly.
Awaiting your orders.
get the momentum gains or not
Experience, action.
when I shoot this guy.
Where do you need us, sir?
Waiting for orders, sir.
So let's execute.
Your life is the
Yes,
Emperor's
so the sergeants do get the momentum. Alright, that's good to know. And you're up to 100% accuracy. So I think what I want to do is overcharge salvo. And then this should do 100%, 3 to 4. Actually, what I think I want to do is move you up, move you to here.
advance.
Do this to try to increase the amount of damage they would do.
Experience, action.
We'll bring you back down to here. I'm doing a lot of fuckery here, but let's try this, because now there should be a bunch of shots to try to crit. Wow. That's interesting. Because I guess there's no reason for me to have you shoot there.
Where do you need us, sir?
Now you have only a 63% chance. You have a 100% chance to hit. So maybe we just shoot into here. Yeah. Alright. Well, Kasserkin are, you know, doing some good here. Didn't think I'd be saying that anytime soon. Even this bring them down with you guys. Well, let's have you shoot. All right, this is looking pretty nice actually.
Where do you need us, sir?
Discipline, experience, action.
Well,
Ready to win the war, sir.
if I move you up to here, we'll do double shot into this guy. Double shot into here. And then heavy bolter. Oh, that's right, those guys don't blow up. I was thinking they were. And let's just have you shoot into here, I guess.
Waiting for orders, sir.
You only have one attack is the issue.
Where do you need us, sir?
Let's turn you.
Happens when they try to stop us.
You've moved already.
Awaiting your orders.
Move you up.
Waiting for orders, sir. I'll stand in their way if I have to.
I guess let's just buff these guys up. Move you up another one. You can shoot into here. Wow. Well, this is looking pretty interesting here for our little infantry. Now if I bring you up to here and start chain sorting these guys down, that's 20.
Discipline, experience, action.
That's 90. 95. We'll bring you up.
Make every shot
Ranged
count.
accuracy. Pull you back. You're up to 100. I'll go ahead and shoot. Well, it's not terrible.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Where do you need us, sir?
Discipline, experience, action.
Pull you back. Now the problem is I don't have one of these guys close enough.
Awaiting your orders.
What next, sir?
To help get the kills here.
Where do you need us, sir?
Victory through discipline.
Yeah, let's try your little pistol here. I don't think it's going to do much, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting.
Seen it before. Discipline, experience, action.
I suppose I could have moved.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Victory through discipline.
Do something
By
like
his
this.
will alone. Victory through discipline.
Take cover!
Oh, that's right. These guys don't benefit from...
My authority is inviolate.
Don't benefit from those buffs. Damn
Where
it.
do you need us, sir?
Now let's move you back over here so we can keep our cohesion going.
Waiting for orders, sir. Waiting for orders, sir.
Bring you back over this way.
You heard them. Remember your orders.
Alright, well they are gonna mess me up. So I guess we'll just put you on Overwatch.
On my mark.
Huh. I was kind of expecting him to just flame my infantry down. Well, I guess that works. He could just kill my Commissar. Yeah, that's what I was expecting to see.
First won't be the last.
Cover me for cowards. Enough of
Not the first won't be the last.
Alright, interesting. Alright, that's 85. You probably can't walk, right? Oh, actually, it looks like you can. I don't see any zone of control here.
Quickly.
Let's bring you over to here. You probably can't. Yeah, you're going to be under double. So let's use take aim.
Make every shot count.
Discipline, experience, action.
That's 70%. Now you use that, so you'll take bonus damage. So let's have you just shoot into here because you're going to have less attacks.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Alright, move you up to here. You can come up to here and start killing these guys. Alright, and you're here. You got 2 attacks. I'd really like to weaken those guys a little bit more.
Victory through discipline.
Where do you need us, sir?
It's 85, 100% against the Death Company, so let's do that. Because they're pretty strong, actually. Alright.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Well, attack here.
Or be cut down where you stand.
And attack here.
Waiting for orders, sir.
As long as I draw breath, Cadian stands.
And I probably want to take out this tank, don't I? But
What next, sir?
I also
Victory through discipline.
need to do damage over here. To get these guys out of danger.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Maybe we'll come over here.
Hit them where it hurts.
We can go there.
Rogel Dawn crew ready.
You're gonna shoot this guy.
Fire. Nothing we can't handle.
Discipline, experience, action.
I guess you're gonna come up here.
Battle line. Let every god see your blood spilled before you.
What I don't want is for him to snipe you.
Where do you need us, sir?
I think there's a pretty good chance that's gonna happen.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Because otherwise he's got to run through that.
Your armor right here, sir.
Let's try here. Let's move you up to here. And here.
Rolling out.
And you can shoot here.
Firing.
Okay, that wasn't terrible. Now if I try to run you, that's going to be 2
Discipline, experience, action.
potential suppressions.
To win the war, sir.
Waiting for orders, sir.
But if I can get you there, that will be enough to get you to surge, right? Yeah. Well, we'll try it. Damn it, didn't show you as... God dang it, if I attack here, you're dead. You're gonna die in the explosion.
Waiting for orders, sir.
God damn it, why didn't it show me that other guy was gonna have a zone of control?
Hit them where it hurts. Waiting for orders, sir.
With precision.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
For Emperor and Imperium.
Where do you need us, sir?
Seen it before. Waiting for orders, sir.
Strategically sound.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Discipline, experience, action.
Alright, don't kill my little sergeant, please.
Taking fire!
Not the first, won't be the last.
That's a weird target. God damn it!
Enough of that.
Not the first, won't be the last.
Taking fire!
As long as
Alright,
I
let's see
draw
here.
breath, Cadia stands.
I don't even know if I have any non-important guardsmen
need us,
left
sir?
to kill. Well, I guess it's gonna be you.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Victory through discipline.
Under fire!
I will lead from the battle line.
Alright. You can charge over here.
Eyes down. Spikes.
Get you to 30. You're 9 away.
We never miss.
Waiting for orders, sir.
I guess I'm gonna have to actually use that to try to keep you safe.
Discipline, experience, action.
It seems crazy to me, but
Let every guardsman see your blood spilled before me.
alright, they're down. Well, that's right, that's a free action, isn't it?
Where do you need us, sir?
Victory through discipline. Advance. Flee or be cut down where you stand. You're taking fire.
Let's attack there again. You guys can start to run over this way.
Discipline, experience, action.
Where do you need us, sir?
Rogel Dawn crew ready. Wherever you need us.
Let's get you there.
Primary cannon. Taking fire.
Oh, well, of course he's got another heavy plasma incinerator over there.
Got your armor right here, sir. Firing.
He's got somebody stuck over there too. Should have guessed.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Alright, well, let's give everybody some ranged armor, I guess. And we'll pull you down this way with hopes that you will stay alive. And then I can have the sergeant
Victory through discipline.
show up.
Trying to get through this armor.
I have survived Wes. I have survived Wes.
Alright, well,
Where do you need us, sir?
let's
With
get you over
precision.
here. You can shoot here. Let's bring you down to here. Now,
Waiting for orders, sir.
let's get you here.
Eyes down. Spikes.
Okay, good. Now you can empower. So if we empowered your ability to take aim, that gets you to have 15% ranged accuracy, and it gets you +2 armor. So that's what the empowered abilities are.
I'll stand in their way if I have to.
Taking fire.
Wherever you need it. Firing! Armor rolling out.
Let's get you over to there.
Cadian stands! Let every god's name see your blood.
You can chop these guys down.
Flee or be cut down where you stand.
Discipline, experience, action.
Where do you need us, sir?
Quickly.
We never miss.
As long as I draw breath, Cadian stands. Agreed.
Waiting for orders, sir.
Yeah, we got a little situation going here, don't we? Because he's going to get 15. That'll get you up to here. You should be able to take the point, though.
Dumb luck.
Oh, you can shoot? Yeah, let's make her happen then. You can shoot here too? What the hell is going on? Alright, so with that, you can see what the sergeants can do. Definitely mixed feelings on them. It's kind of interesting. They are actually surprisingly good melee combatants because they have 2 melee attacks. So you can actually do quite a bit of damage, and if you're doing like, you know, somebody's doing a heavy flamer build, those sergeants can run right through the flames and really not take much for damage because they're considered HQ units. Now, I guess I would not recommend them to be your HQ guy unless you're not going to use anything else for the abilities, because they only have 1 ability point. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you can stack your buffs. They can actually make the Kasserkin really powerful. So I think if I were to be using Kasserkin, You know, I'd want to stack up that Castellan and then a couple of sergeants and then just buff up those infantry, because that works surprisingly well. I mean, we just totally liquidated that predator, or not the predator, those terminators that were in front of us, and actually we're doing surprisingly good damage against the death companies and the assault marines as well. Now, you have to pay 20 extra points for that weapon that has the more shots. However, to use that overcharge, it takes 3 turns to cool it down. That just feels like a lot. I don't know. I kind of wish it every other turn, maybe. Or just turn it to a 2 turns for you to go back to regular attacks and then 3-turn cooldown. I don't like how you have that ability, because it just nullifies them as continuing to do damage. So it just feels like too much of a debuff there. But yeah, they're definitely really good. Well, they're okay. You have to spend a lot of points to make them good. But the sergeants definitely have a use. I mean, they're going to effectively allow you to do anti-vehicle damage. You can use them to act as a big chain of melee guys to blob guys down. Now, they're very squishy, so as you could see, they're pretty easy for them to snipe, especially if they ended up doing the charge attacks with the assault marines. But I mean, so was the Commissar. I mean, you saw that those guys got taken out. But yeah, against a flamer build, that could be pretty effective here, and it effectively makes them use a bunch of attacks on you. So, I don't know. In terms of their support abilities, the ranged armor and increased accuracy plus minus, I mean, it's kind of nice that between the Castellan and that, you can easily get your infantry to 100% or 95% and really increase their damage pretty substantially. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. It's a good addition. I'm definitely not opposed to them by any means. Kind of fun addition. The only thing is, a lot of the Chimera transports, I think, can only take 2 units. So that means you could only have 2 sergeants in one, or 1 guardsman and a sergeant. I don't think you could fit 2 heavy weapon squads in a sergeant, which would be something I would be interested in. So you could just set up like a heavy weapons team on the side of the map with a sergeant and just keep spamming the abilities to get them some momentum building up, and then also to buff your ranged armor of your heavy weapon squad. Now, it's interesting that the buffs do not apply to the other commanders. I was a little shocked by that, I'm not going to lie. I really think that those buffs should apply to them, but apparently those command buffs do not apply to your Commissars or your Castellan. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that feels pretty bad, to be quite honest. I feel like those buffs should apply to them, because yes, if you don't want the executability to be applied to them, I certainly think that's reasonable. But I kind of feel like the sergeant's buffs are not strong enough that would make that impossible for you to get the kills. So it's kind of weird that they are nullified against the commander like that. But I also think it's kind of weird. I mean, I get it. They're like, hey, let's just have a sergeant way in the back, and then that can allow you to just stack up your abilities. I suspect that's what a lot of players are going to do now, is you're going to just have an 80-point HQ commander hiding in the back of the map, and then when you get them up to 3 command points, they're going to sit there and call in a Death Streak missile on you, and you're not even going to know where his unit is, because they can call it in anywhere on the map. So I definitely foresee that being a common occurrence now, and that's probably it's going to be its most commonly used situation. But kind of a fun setup here. So I'm going to call it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.